The giants of Malta, the extensive underground tunnels, the lore, the legends, the fascination of the old-world architecture, and the infamous Knights of Malta. Something makes me think this is a key place in our hidden history, and I want to dig in and see what clues I can find. Thanks for joining me today. I am Chevy Cool Lady. Welcome to Rabbit Hole Research. First-time visitors, I am so thankful for you. Please like and subscribe for cool alternate history and other interesting information. This is a safe place to think outside the box. Much love to my returning subs. You keep the cool vibes vibing. Malta, officially the Republic of Malta, is located in the Mediterranean Sea, consisting of an archipelago between Italy, Tunisia, and Libya. The narrative tells us that Malta was a Stone Age farmland. The building of the temples took place in the Bronze Age around 2500 BC, and the Phoenicians from Lebanon arrived around 800 BC and was ruled by the African city of Carthage. Through the 4th century BC, the Apostle Paul was shipwrecked in Malta around 60 AD. I believe it is where he was bitten by a snake and suffered no ill effects according to Acts 27:27 and 8. The medieval time frame is very interesting. We see the Arabs conquering Malta. 200 years later, the Normans took over in 1090. In 1283, Spain conquered Malta, and the Spanish king gave Malta to the Knights of St. John. We will look into the Order of St. John shortly. I find it interesting how the secret societies always show up in the land grabs. I believe they still do. Malta became part of the Spanish Empire in 1530, just in time for the Inquisitions to be established in Malta in 1562. The Turks overtook this war-ravaged land and ruled until Napoleon conquered. Malta was damaged in a massive earthquake in 1693. Now, and look into the Order of St. John and Malta's connection with this secret society out of Spain. I also want to look into the Inquisitions and see what points of interest we can find. After several years in various encampments around the eastern Mediterranean in Candia, Messina, and Civitavecchia, the Knight of the Order of St. John of Jerusalem, Knights of the Hospitaller, eventually settled on Malta on October 26, 1530, and became commonly known as the Knights of Malta. We are told that this group of knight was founded in the 12th century. Initially, they were merchants from Amalfi and founded a hospital in Jerusalem to care for the poor, sick, or injured Christians who were pilgrimaging to the Holy Land. We are told they expanded from healthcare to include a military function. We were wondering what the difference was between the Order of St. John and the Knights Templar, which was founded in 1119 in Jerusalem. It would seem these two groups were rivals. The Templars were founded as a monastic order with a mission to protect Christians traveling to Jerusalem. They were focused on the military and financial operations, guarding pilgrimage routes and managing vast estates, which were probably seized by landholders who couldn't meet the financial or military demands placed on them. Since the Knights Templar was focused on the finances, we can see where the conflict with the Order of St. John came into play. Both orders competed for resources and influence. After the suppression of the Templars in 1307, the Order of St. John absorbed some of their assets. The Hospitallers continued their mission. The Templars faced persecution and dissolution. One of the most popular theories links the fear to the fact that the end for the Templars began in the early morning hours of Friday the 13th, 1307. A month earlier, secret documents had been sent by couriers throughout France. The papers included scandalous details of black magic and lurid sexual rituals, leading to the arrest of over 600 knights. Basically, King Philip ridded the Templars and promoted the Order of St. John. The Inquisition was established in Malta in September 1574. The main concern was to detect and punish heretics and individuals who committed offenses against the Catholic Church. Heresy, blasphemy, immoral life, possession of prohibited books, sorcery, apostasy, and polygamy, and surprisingly, Freemasonry, due to them being suspect because of the secret society affiliations. The main intention of the Inquisitions was to maintain the Catholic orthodoxy and suppress all threats to its power. This era lasted for 130 years. The Inquisitor's Palace served as the seat for the Maltese Inquisitions from 1574 to 1798. under the name Palazzo del Cid Officio, left a lasting impression on the island's history and culture. Since the abolition of the Inquisition, the Inquisitor's Palace has been used as a military hospital, mess hall, convent, and is now currently a museum. So this building was both the headquarters for the Inquisition and also the headquarters for the Order of St. John, a Catholic society. To say Malta is rich in history is an understatement. It is hard to contain the fullness of the details in one video, but I do want to head into the lore, or perhaps true stories concerning the giants of Malta. I will start the conversation off with a story. Once upon a time there was a giantess named Sansuna. She lived on the island of Gozo. She went to town and carried large stones upon her shoulders and carried them back to their current resting place in Gigantia, the Palace of the Giants. A multitasker, she did this while holding her half-human baby over the other shoulder. Taking those heavy stones, she built the temple complex. Afterward, she allowed all the people to come and worship within. Moreover, the giantess lived on broad beans and honey. The subterranean giants of Malta leads me to a structure on the island of Malta called the Hypogeum. We are told it dates back to 3 millennia before our Common Era and was built as a sanctuary or a massive tomb. In one room were statuettes of a sleeping lady. Another room was elaborately painted and produced powerful acoustic resonance. One of the stories that circle this mystic place concerns a famous British author, a secret hallway, and a mysterious entity. It is said Miss Lois Jessup, working for the British Embassy, describes how, on her first visit, convinced the guide to allow her into the burial chambers on the lower level. Spotting a small opening on the wall, she asked, "What's down there?" He replied, "Go there at your own risk, and you won't get far." She followed a ledge about 2 feet wide with a sheer drop of 50 feet or more on the other side of the ledge. She held her candle high and peered into the darkness. She claims to have seen about 20 persons whose height was between 20 or 25 feet. They walked very slowly and took long strides. They all stopped simultaneously and raised their hands to beckon her into the darkness. Her friends pulled her back at this point, and a sudden draft extinguished her candle. A few days later, a friend read a local newspaper, telling her of a story concerning the Hypogeum, saying a schoolmaster and 30 students were roped together in the tunnel with the end of the rope tied to the mouth of the cave. The last student turned the corner to find the rope clean cut with no clue of the teacher or the other students. None of the party was found because the walls caved in. Cries and screams could be heard for weeks, but no one was recovered in spite of dozens of search efforts. Reportedly, the story was debunked, but I don't think it would be good for tourism if it was not hushed up. It was reported in a newspaper, however. What are your thoughts? Malta is a hot spot for aliens too. Newspaper articles talk about odd, elongated skulls being found in archaeological digs. There have been at least 4 UFO reports complete with videos in the last decade that you can look further into if you are interested in aliens. I will keep the giant report going in this video, although it is hard not to get sidetracked. Malta is a truly fascinating place, full of mystery and intrigue. Let me know in the comment box if you have heard any other stories about Malta. I would love to dive deeper, wouldn't you? Thanks so much for watching. Please remember to like and subscribe. You mean the world to me. Love you lots. See ya in the next video.